Hello, friends. Communication is a skill which is considered the most important part of a leader. And communication includes the verbal communication and non verbal communication. Everybody knows this much. Now, I'm here today to elaborate onto part of the communication in a structured manner. When we say communication, we must speak it in a structured manner, in a sequence, in a in the steps that you follow during briefing someone. And let me tell you why it is important, especially in the military environment, is because an officer in the military is expected to communicate precisely, to the point, brief, simple, easy to understand for his men who may not be exactly at the same level of the standards of communication or understanding. Secondly, even if they are of good quality of academic values, and they have a fair understanding of the language and they can get it, receive it, the complexity of the operation, the risk involved in the operations, and the kind of uncontrolled factor that may arrive during the activities which is going to follow after they leave from the briefing site, it is so complex, it is so risky, it is so uncontrolled that every part which is being briefed by the senior or the officer must be exactly understood in the same manner as what he wanted to say. And as you know, beauty of a good communicator is to convey what he wants to actually get executed. So if you are saying something and it is not being understood by men and execution suffers, then the whole game is lost. Therefore, in the SSB centers, while you are being assessed, the all the three people, psychologist, IO, GTO, they have a tendency to keep this in mind while assessing you, that is he a simple, ready to understand and ready to deliver person or not. So in this case, remember to structure your thoughts always, whether it is lecturate, whether it is PPDT, whether it is group discussion, whether it is GPA planning, or maybe whatever you are doing, IO's questions when he is asking you, remember to make a pause. Three, four things that I would like to share here is, firstly, the questions that you are coming in, answers that you are being building up to deliver your part after a question has been posed to you. It must be structured quickly from the beginning, that is background introduction, then bringing the some facts, and then quickly giving the last punch of conclusion. So everybody knows probably, and I'm just repeating, that introduction, main body, and conclusion must be hinge of your structured communication. Whenever you speak even 5 lines, just make a variety of 3 parts: introduction, main body, and conclusion. I will not go into detail of what are the ways you introduce 3, 4 types. Again, what are the ways you do main body, and which type of topic, which way you can you structure the main body. Similarly, what are the 3, 4 types of conclusion which you can probably keep in mind while dealing with a particular type of subject in group discussion or in the lecturate or when the IO is asking you questions. But remember, structure your communication that is crisp, to the point, understandable, gulpable, eatable. A person should be able to eat it. He should be able to उसको खा सकता है, दिमाग में घुसा सकता है. Understanding, very important. So simple, grounded, easy to understand, palatable, okay, interesting. It should be interesting. Should be broken in pieces and made interesting for the people to. If it is exhaustive briefing, it must be made interesting. If it is a facts and figure, of course, there are different ways and different environments in which you communicate in a different manner. Secondly, or thirdly, the body language, the modulation, the non-verbal part of communication, contact with the words, emotional contact, that I'm saying emotional contact with the words, your facial expressions, your movements of limbs, hand, eyes, into the eyes of the people who are around you, and a good value system that you are honest, integral, you are actually into the job, and you start letting them flow with your thoughts and you become in unison. You get into harmony with your men, and then you can get a good communication. So crisp, short, numerical forms A, B, C, D, holding your bits about and speaking, giving a correct rate of delivery, and with thought process building up by giving respect to full stops. Please remember, give respect to full stops, maintain the rate of delivery, use modulation of voice, connect with the birds, bring emotional connection with the people, make it interesting, and also remain always to the point. Do not divert from the briefing. What is required to be spoken, remain on it. So keep reminding on back of your mind which is the subject. Am I elaborating it other than it, or focused onto the point? If you remember these small tips and much more, which I will keep giving you tips in the future YouTubes or the other platforms, probably you will be able to practice at home and improve your communication skills. I think that's all for the day. Thank you. All the best to all the SSP aspirants. And since it is a life skill, remember it is not only for SSP, it is SSP and beyond. So skill of communication must be developed on a day-to-day basis and must be kept preserved by conditioning of your mind in a way that you speak always in that manner, and you become and or pick up a style of your own communication. Thank you.